9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Live from TeamBoydTV Studios. Live from TeamBoydTV Studios. It's the dopest live NFL show on the internet, providing the hottest takes, up-to-date news and moves, and the latest NFL reactions. It's TeamBoydTV Live. Introducing the bad boys of NFL sports talk, the Ravens Shogun, JB, the sage of sports, Glass, and your host, Big Q. It's about to get rough, and it's about to get raw. It's game time. Welcome to TeamBoydTV Live.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, peeps? This is TeamBoydTV Live for NFL Week 15. We're going to close the season out. We're getting real close to the end of things. And me and my boys, we're going to break everything down for you. We had a hell of a showdown, a hell of a situation last Sunday night. Me and the fellas are going to talk about it. First, I got one of the dudes who represented the team who was playing in one of those classics. The Ravens Shogun, JB, is in the building. What's going on, JB?
Yeah, what's up? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Let's go. If we still doing it,
right? Yeah, we do it all that. Yes, of course we do it all that. And of course, the dude that I kind of lost a foolish bet, which I still don't know if the bet was real or not. I'm not sure, but his Broncos beat my Panthers over the weekend, and I guess I'm owing him a whole carton or crate or something or other of cigars. It's the Sage of Sports Glass, ladies and gentlemen.
First off, what's up, brothers? Big Q, JB. Hey, Big Q, you just showed yourself that you don't know nothing about cigars. You called it boxes.
That's something,
carts,
whatever.
Cartons,
Crates.
It's all good as long as you get over here. That's all I'm saying. And what you expect to happen? You knew the Broncos were going to beat your Panthers, man.
Wow.
You put up a fight over the weekend.
I will say this, in a rare showing of offensive prowess, the Broncos came to play. But of course, we talked about it on your podcast, what the Panthers showed up with. Like, come on now. It wasn't really much for the Broncos to defeat there. I'm just saying. Come on. You know what I mean? Anyway, fellas, what's going on, man? Everything good? What y'all got? Everything good? How did y'all enjoy?
All good.
Everything good, bro.
How did y'all enjoy that barn burner of a classic between Lamar Jackson and my boy now? You know, my man. Baker,
it's his boy,
Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all see that?
Boy, now.
Did y'all? I know y'all witnessed it. Now, first, let me see this. I'm gonna say this before y'all start tearing down Baker Mayfield, because I already heard it from the wife. I already heard what she had to say. Okay, and nobody wants to give Baker his credit, and nobody want to give the Browns their due. Listen, they went toe to toe with the MVP dude and the Ravens, and they went step for step. Everything that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens threw at them, Baker Mayfield and the Browns came back. It just wasn't enough time on the clock. It just wasn't enough to get her done. And Baker failed a little bit short. Not taking nothing away from the Ravens or Lamar Jackson and everything that went down. But I'm gonna tell you this, Glass, and JB, you can say what you want to say. Baker Mayfield was the better quarterback on that day. The Ravens were the better team. Baker was the better quarterback. I'm gonna let y'all just dissect that. Now, Glass, how you feel about it?
Oh, you want me to go first? JB?
Yes.
Man, please go ahead.
Okay, check it out. All right, I have to agree. That was one of the best games of this year. Congratulations to your Ravens, JB. Hell of a game. Back to Baker Mayfield. He did a good job. He did better than average. And okay, if you want to, if that's what you want to rest your hit on having Baker being the best quarterback that day, okay, had that.
Wow.
But there's more than one game during the season. There's 15 other games.
Wow. Okay.
And I want to see how you do during the playoffs.
We're gonna see how they do during the playoffs.
Is he a top 10 quarterback right now?
No, he's not a top 10 quarterback. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, there's not even a top 10 in the NFC East, but they going to the playoffs, right? You know, look, how many top 10 quarterbacks are in the running for playoffs right now? Not a whole lot. We got Ben Roethlisberger. We got Aaron Rodgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got Lamar.
Patrick Mahomes.
We got Patrick Mahomes. right?
Drew Brees.
Okay, Drew Brees. And,
Okay, do you want me? I mean,
Brady.
hey, tell me where you want me to stop.
Brady might not.
Ryan Tannehill.
Oh my God, Ryan Tannehill, top 10. It don't even matter. Jimmy, listen. We saw a game where, again, not taking nothing away from the record, because the Ravens play their brand of football, and when we know what their brand of football is, they run the football. And no matter who run the football, everybody run the football. Lamar Jackson didn't throw, but with 24 passes, I think it was 11 for 24, for something like that. I got a stats right here, and didn't throw the ball around a lot. Left with a little bit of cramps, came back. All superhero style. Whatever. I just think he got outplayed by Baker Mayfield. I'm just saying. It just the Ravens, the clock managers a little bit better. That goes from what enough the clock was against the Browns. They what enough time on the clock. They couldn't get her done. But no matter what the Ravens done, the Browns answered. And you can't say that they didn't. They did. They stood stride for stride with your boys. Give Baker his props.
Okay, first, like I said, after the game, during the game, and from last week, Baker been playing a whole lot better football. I don't know what changed, but it was necessary. I guess he's more focused on football. I only saw one commercial during the whole game with his face in it.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good start. It's the little things that make you great. Anyway, but all this time thing, they ran out of time. That's why they got a clock in the game.
Right.
That's a clock. But when you got to have a play done as a clock for the game itself, so it all comes down to executing what's left. And what is this, Stefanski?
Yeah.
That's the head coach.
That's the head coach.
I mean, he showed some of his rookie right there. There's no way you're supposed to score that fast. Not against this team.
You're right about that.
And the Ravens kind of look like they gave him a score just to have the ball last. With the best kicker in NFL history.
Right now,
that's the story that's missed.
That's the story that's missed.
The story that's missed is that we set it up for Tucker to win the game the whole time.
Right. Right.
Once they went on offense, we knew what the score was going to be if they scored. Even if they went for two, we was lining Tucker up from the 45 on our side to win the game.
Right. And I mean, come on now, if you got the best kicker in the league by far, I mean, I don't know if it's even
in the league ever.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's close. I don't even know if it's close with the kickers that are going, because I'm pretty sure Jacksonville had a different kicker every week. But it ain't. But listen, I mean, we knew if we got down to it, and I think the Browns knew it too. The Browns knew they needed to have at least a two score lead over the Ravens in order to put their game away, and it wasn't going their way. It wasn't going their way. But I think the game was amazing, Glass, and I think what we saw from the Browns is just the start of it. And I'm just saying, we may get treated to see this again. We might get to see this game one more time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready for that. I'm ready. I'm ready to see what the Browns can do in the postseason.
Somebody gonna get canceled out, and it'd be great if the Browns do it.
Right? Oh yeah, I definitely believe that. The other thing I want to talk to you about, Glass, and I mean, we talked a little bit about this last week. And I think I spoke about it on Sunday's Best podcast. I went into detail about it, but the quarterback situation is brewing in Philadelphia. Okay, they activated young Jalen Hurts last week, and he knocked off the Saints. Now, granted, we're talking about a Taysom Hill-led Saints that the offense is a little bit different than what we used to. In fact, we talked about that on your podcast about a couple weeks ago. But hey, listen, you see what it done, right? It actually knocked the Saints out. And what did I predict weeks ago? That the Green Bay Packers would be sitting at number 1 seeded.
Yeah, I'll give you credit.
There you go, right? So let's talk about these Eagles and their quarterback situation first. Should we even address the Carson Wentz situation at all? Are the Eagles? I mean, I know one game, right? I know how y'all are. One game, but I don't think I think the Wentz conversation is over. Glasses on you. Go ahead.
Conversation cannot be over because they're paying them too much money.
I feel you on that.
And something that happened. I don't know if anybody goes, you know what? The Bears could get, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. I just think it's a mental thing with him. Or it could be a physical thing because, he almost had his back broke. Not even going to talk about his torn ACL. We talking about his back.
Yeah.
Now, he probably had that range of motion anymore that he used to. He can't get the ball out there. It could be a mental thing. He can't. I mean, he was almost damn near the MVP, 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it's like he a shell of himself. And I'm not even going to say Jalen Hurts is the answer.
Right.
because I got to see a little bit more. I seen what he did at Alabama, and I seen what he did at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He's cool when you don't have any pressure. Once you get pressure, it seems like he don't know how to handle it. But that's neither here nor there. We've seen a one game sample size. He cool for now. Philadelphia Eagles ain't even in the running for the playoffs. I don't think. We only got 3 games left.
Right.
But
But
Washington
they got
in first place.
They are.
Yeah,
And
Washington
the Cowboys
is,
won.
yeah,
so
Washington is
that
first
hurt
place.
them.
Yeah,
So
Philly
Cowboys
can
won,
still-
the Giants won, and the Washington won.
Yeah,
So.
so Philly
it's
can
a little
still
three-way
sneak in.
tie.
Yeah, they can.
No, Washington's first place.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, my fault. But to answer the question, they got all something to figure out what they're gonna do with Wentz.
Yeah. Here's my thing, JB, and this is the thing that I've been hanging on for a few years now, ever since the Super Bowl. It's like it ain't really about who's the best option, in my opinion. To me, it's what happens when Doug Peterson activates another quarterback and how that team responds, right? And we done seen it at a time. One time they brought a championship home, activated Nick Foles, and he made a little playoff run, and they did what they did in the Super Bowl. And now we seeing it. They activate the young guy, and the team just plays a little bit better. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe they win them kind of team. I don't know, but it just seemed like the team don't want to rally for Wentz. JB, what you think about that?
Well, you just kind of hinted at it. I think because it's the same team. Like I said last week or the week before, they're not very good. They still running off the same reputation or the high of the Super Bowl. But your hints, and I feel like it's spot on, is that the locker room is fractured. There's something about the team and Wentz. I don't know if it's his attitude or he think he like to try to place blame and push stuff out on other people, but you can see the rally from that team. That's the same team that you saw lose all of these games and at the bottom of the basement in a horrible division. It's the same team, but it seemed like they rallied around Hurts.
Yeah.
And they were doing stuff that they was doing 3 years ago.
Craziness.
So there's something about the team. There's a disconnect between coach and locker room with Wentz.
I think so too.
He's probably gonna end up out of there on that note.
Absolutely. I don't know how they're gonna figure it out. Glass, you're right. They owe him. They paying him a lot of money. Is Carson Wentz Peterson's guy? I don't think he is he?
I was about to put that in. I was about to add to that for
Yeah.
simple fact. Peterson didn't help it none with his press conferences.
Right.
There's times where we hate how Bill Belichick give you these one-word answers, stuff like that. That's what Peterson should be doing right now, because every time he opens his mouth and try to explain something, it makes it worse. It doesn't make a Wentz look good. So
Right.
Peterson got to find a way to get that locker room back together again. Not saying is dysfunctional at this point in time, but you guys have a little bit more belief behind his quarterback. Even if he don't seem like it, make your answers a little bit short so you don't have egg on the reporters to make you dig your hole a little bit deeper.
Because them reporters, they will guide you and goad you into a certain direction. Another thing to think about is, Carson Wentz always been having to play with like somebody peeping in from the shadows, right? And I don't know if that affects like him, putting his own onus on the team, saying, hey, how most quick, you see like a young Kyler Murray. Remember he first showed up and I questioned his leadership skill. Even Patrick Mahomes, when he first showed up, I questioned his ability to lead men that were much older than him. He's the clear leader of that team. Kyler Murray is the clear leader of the Cardinals team. Young dude, right? And we see Justin Herbert look like he's taking control of that team.
Josh Allen.
Absolutely, right? Is that a problem with Wentz, since he's always looking over his shoulder? Is he scared to take full control, JB? Is that what it is?
I just think that his payday and his lack thereof, as far as work ethic, something that he's doing, turning the players off, his teammates off him. And I can see the night and day clear-cut difference of how that, if it is, takes him here. Same. And I mean, I hadn't heard of Alshon Jeffries in 2 years. It seemed like.
Right, for real.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's not his ability, but his personality.
Yeah, like you said, it's definitely something, and I don't know what it is, but they're gonna have to figure out how to move on from. Because I think in order for the Eagles to kind of get themselves on the right track, I think they're trying to pay homage or whatever it is, pay a little bit of respect to that quarterback for what he did do leading. I mean, yeah, you guys have said it plenty of times on this show. that if it wasn't for Carson Wentz being the player that he was during that run, the Eagles had nobody picked them to be in the Super Bowl that year. Nobody, right?
Right.
You know,
And then when Orlando Scandrick went there for seemed like 3 games,
yeah.
he put them on blast. He was saying that it was a bunch of, and for lack of better words, dysfunction, amok.
Right.
So I could see him having a day off, or getting the RG3 treatment with Snyder instead of talking to the head coach.
Right.
There's some things that I could tell when your teammates kind of don't have your back, or kind of really turned off by you.
Yeah.
Especially when another guy come in.
Right. I think he's still got a future in the NFL glass. I just don't think it's with Philadelphia. I really don't.
It wouldn't be that much of a factor. Well, it wouldn't be that much of a factor if he played up to or halfway up to his money.
Yeah.
Simple as that. He's
Absolutely.
the third highest QB in the NFL. And he ain't even the 10th highest QB in the NFL.
Right. Yeah, that's bad business.
Simple as that.
That's bad business. And you know what? And I think, you got players around you and they looking at that, that'll turn some cats off, right? Right?
Right.
I think that's what the turnoff might be.
Yeah, it might be.
You're going to get massages and such, and you getting treatment instead of being in the film room out there practicing the team. Man, maybe guys is like, man, I'm tired of the guy, man.
I know that's right.
Hey, instead of going there to get massages and going to the training table, you probably need to go see a psychiatrist.
Right. Or maybe a quarterback's coach or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
So I was sitting in here preparing for the show this afternoon, and wifey kicks the door in, boom, boom. I don't know if you saw this thing on NewYorkGiants.com, and I'm like, no, I didn't see, because I don't look at NewYorkGiants.com. Why would I look at New York Giants?
Duly noted, right?
Right. So she's upset because she saw this article about Louis Riddick. She see this article about Louis Riddick, and let me just show it to you, right? It says, NFL rumors, ESPN's Louis Riddick, potential GM replacement for Giants Dave Gettleman, might be coming off the market. And this is the reason why she was upset and why she was like freaking out. She was like, oh, he went and had an interview with, he went and interviewed with Houston, and then he's going to see Atlanta and Detroit. So he already interviewed with Houston. He's going to Detroit on Friday. And then next week, he's looking to go to Atlanta. So I didn't even know that the Detroit GM job was even a thing. I didn't even know that, right? I knew Houston's GM spot was open, and I knew that Thomas Dimitroff, who I can't stand, I knew he had got fired in Atlanta. Those are the ones I really knew about right off the bat, right? And I know, because I read articles earlier this year, that the Giants are not going to re-up on Dave Gettleman. They're just going to let his contract run out. So it's going to be a spot there too. So JB, Louis Riddick, he got his accolades and everything from being a scout and stuff back in the Washington days. He was a player. He kind of know talent when he see it. I think he's been doing a fantastic job in his analyst role. So out of them 3 spots, you got the Giants are begging for him, and then of course you got Atlanta on the hook, and you got Detroit, and you got Houston. These are potential landing spots for one. Louis Riddick. What you think about this one, JB?
All 3. Well, first of all, hell of a candidate.
Yes.
But all 3 good. All 3 the landing spots are good. It's a good situation.
Don't know about Detroit.
You have to do. Huh?
Don't know about Detroit. I'm not sure about that one.
Well, I mean, if you really gonna come in and have success, even if it's one of the teams that's halfway there or just need a few pieces or just don't have nothing, you don't want nobody else to take credit for. Like, well, this was XYZ's draftees and such when he took over. So I would go Wes Rocky if you feel like that. I mean, you can get you can have a onto a team that already was kind of made, and when it finally ran out, they canned his ass. But
right. So we got the Seahawks Brazinos in the building. What's going on, cuz? Say what up, fellas? Always tuning in. Josh Every says Dan Bailey's the number 1 picker. Hey, listen, I think the Atlanta job that's the one seemed like it's got the most cachet to me. Because I feel like, I don't even know why they did Dimitrov the way I mean, look, I'm not a fan, and everybody know that. Everybody know that I could never could stand that dude. But look, for the last couple of years, who he done brought in there, right? Calvin Ridley, who's the Shaq Barrett, right? Is it Shaq Barrett? No, is that Tampa? Who's the defensive player they brought in the year before last? I forget what his name is, but he been on a tear. The last three draft class been pretty good in Atlanta, right? So I don't know what the hoopla and the hullabaloo was about. I get the whole what's the man's name? The former Seahawks guy who was down there. I get that. I completely understand
Dan
that.
Quinn?
Yeah, I get that one, but I don't. The Dimitrov one kind of baffles me a little bit because I thought their last 3 years draft picks, they number ones were great.
Sometimes you just got to clean shop. And
yeah.
I guess that's what they did. I guess they figured the GM picked the coach, so you go on out with your coach.
I guess so.
Now, to me, I think my job would be the Houston Texans because you got the quarterback, young quarterback, up and coming quarterback. You could fill in behind. You could fill in around him.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan, nah.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, nah. I agree with you. Detroit might be the last on this list.
Right.
New York Giants need to stop slagging around, do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay, dude, you just got to saying that they're gonna let the contract run out on their GM. That might be, you might want to fire him ASAP and go ahead and grab.
I mean, especially if the interviews are happening right now, which I didn't think that was even legal.
I didn't either.
I didn't think you could do that.
Well, he's not an NFL.
Right, he's not
employee.
Right, he's not employed by the NFL. That's right.
ESPN. So they could do that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, if we all know what need to be done, New York needed to start, get on their ass and do what they got to do because Louis Riddick is going to get a job.
Oh, he's definitely going to get a job. He's going to get hired, and Eric Bieniemy is going to get hired too. And I think they're going to be the first two names off the board. JB, listen, if you New York and you sitting on Dave Gettman, you already told him, look, we're not going to re-up you. You ain't coming back, right? And you see what's happening with your boy Riddick, right? Which I think the Giants they put it out there early, like we're not bringing our GM back. This was before Dimitrov got fired. You know what I'm saying? Right. So do you make a play right now for Louis Riddick, or do you sit and wait on Dave Gettman's? Like do you be the the bigger man? And let the contract
I would have to agree with Glass. The Houston Texans is the best place to go because you don't have to. I mean, Daniel Jones.
I mean,
Matt
you got Saquon Barkley,
Matt Ryan. And Dimitrov, and to his credit, in my opinion, was a victim of the 28-3 circumstance that followed him. They had some regular season games that looked that way. You ain't keeping up pace with the class of the South, which is the Saints. The Panthers look like they 1 or 2 or 3 or a season away or draft away. So he was a victim of that circumstance. But for Lewis, I think Houston, I mean, just imagine Deshaun with an offensive line. It'll be trouble.
Yeah. I think so.
And that move could potentially save J.J. Watt and keep him on the roster because otherwise he's gone.
You know what? Because you're right about that. Now, that's if, because you know somebody like Louis Rick. He got his ears to the, he got his finger on the pulse. He know everything that's going on. Maybe maybe we need to go ahead and part ways with J.J. Watt. Maybe we can get something for him. Maybe he's thinking about that. But at the same time, I think about New York, and I know people think New York don't look attractive because they lost 7 games straight and all this, that, and the third. They really ain't found a proper replacement for Eli Manning. They don't really have any wide receivers. They got some journeyman wide receivers, but they got the young running back in Saquon Barkley. And we saw what Dallas did, and they built around the young running back, and they became a pretty decent team. You get the running back, you build out your offensive line. We can fix the Daniel Jones problem. Actually, I don't think Daniel Jones is that bad of a quarterback. I just think he needs a little bit more time, a little bit more experience, but that's just me. But you got New York, and like I said, I like New York and I like Atlanta, but you guys are saying Houston, which I like Houston too. Is just that only thing I don't like about Houston, I don't like the ownership there. I don't like all that stuff that went down during the whole Colin Kaepernick stuff. That's going to forever stain that job for me as a black man. That's just me. I don't know how y'all think about that.
But didn't the owner he passed away, right?
Did he pass away?
Yeah.
McNair?
Yeah, McNair. Yeah.
So
the prisoners can't run the
right. So Louis Riddick is strong enough to go up in there and change the culture, I think.
Yeah.
And another reason why I picked Houston over the other teams is that you got to have you got a good quarterback. In order to protect the quarterback, you got to have a good
Offensive line.
blindside
Oh yeah, guard.
player,
Yeah,
and Tunsil is that dude.
yeah.
So, like I said, you could get to find wide receivers. I believe they got a good offensive line. If it's halfway decent, still Deshaun Watson could avoid tackles and stuff like that. You seen the body of work that he has. You got a good quarterback. You got a good left tackle. You're all good.
I just worry. It just seemed like the Houston's are treading backwards to me. First 2 years under Watson, I thought they were moving forward. They made they clinched their 6th division title, I think it was, right? And then of course, they were in the playoffs every year. Then they made it all the way up to like the division round one time, and then and ever since then it's been backwards.
Then they gave Bill O'Brien the keys to the Jaguar. He was smelling himself. He made some stupid A move.
Right, you're right. Yeah, so that's why he ain't there no more, right? Yeah,
exactly.
But I think. I wish Lewis Riddick the best luck. And I know he's a super smart individual. He will play this thing all the way out. He's gonna look at it from every angle. I was telling Vernie, I was like, yeah, he can go into interviews now, but I just don't see him pulling the trigger before the end of the season. I mean, he got 3 weeks left, right? He can wait 3 weeks, I think. You know what I'm saying? I don't unless somebody say we're gonna pay you $500 million to come and GM. That's the only way I would do it now. But otherwise,
But think about this. Let's think about this though. We got basically 4 teams: Giants, Texans, Lions, Falcons.
Yes.
Even if Houston go another 3 openings, the way I see it, you being a GM, you make lemonade out of lemons.
Yes.
So you make it the way you want to do. You got 3. I always say you got 3 to 4 years to change the culture to the way you want it. So I'll get Lewis, even if I'm the Lions, get Lewis Riddick. We're gonna change the culture and we're gonna make a run for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. I mean, that Detroit win seemed like it's a lot of work, man. But you know what I mean? He might be up to the challenge.
Give me enough time, I can make it work.
No matter where he goes in those 4 spots, he need to get one of those type of contracts where structured so where he can have a lot of say in who comes when, important pieces and trades, like Bill O'Brien's jacked up with that type of power.
Oh yeah. But I believe in this climate, though, JB.
That's
in this climate with this whole, Black Lives Matter situation going on, and we dealing with a super smart individual here, like we dealing with a dude that's super intelligent. I think that whatever contract he signed, trust me, he's gonna have a lot of power in that. Yeah, I don't.
And
think
they better not pull. No, I'm gonna pick the coach first before I pick the GM.
Right. Yeah,
that doesn't work. I mean, dude, the Raiders did it. The 49ers did it. Right. I understand it. It looks good right now, but that ain't how you do it.
No, absolutely.
GM first, then coach.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how that one play out. Because this will be the second TV dude that I got a GM job in the last couple of years. So that mean that all these other guys need to be sharper than they, like all these Jeff Saturdays and these people who former play. Like I think a lot of them dudes are pretty good. They might be good GMs. You never know. But I seen that at the NFL looking to TV. And why not? These dudes are on that telling their game plans every week. You know what I'm saying? So, why not, right? You know what I mean? So, here we go. We're gonna take another look at this. Because the only reason why I want to do this is because I made this prediction weeks ago, and Glass thought I was crazy. But that's why we're looking at the playoff picture, and people done started clinching. So this is great. I think it's good. Let's take a look at what's happening here. Look at that, Glass. What is that about? What is that? What's that number 1 seed? What's that? What is that?
They deserve it. I'm not even gonna. They did what they had to do. I didn't think they had the personnel, but evidently I was wrong. I thought it would be the Saints, but Saints can't even be who is that? The Eagles?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though, JB. This for the Saints. I think if this to New Orleans, like them losing their quarterback, and granted they've been undefeated without him, but except for this last game. But Taysom, he ain't gonna lead your team to the. I knew when we got to this point in the season. Games. I think the Saints do extremely well on autopilot. I mean, they went 5 games straight with Teddy Bridgewater, 4 games straight with Taysom Hill. Hey, that's beautiful. You know what I mean? But them boys ain't gonna be able to take you into. They need Drew Brees back before they get too late. So I don't know what y'all think about that.
Man, listen, did we not forget that Drew Brees broke damn near 11 ribs, man? You only got how many in your body? 20 something, 22?
No,
Yeah, and he got some punctured lung situation.
They're doing it the right thing. You can't bring him back too early because he can't take another hit like that right now.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
mean,
make the ship float as long as you can, and then bring him in for the playoffs.
I mean, look, they're in a real good
They
spot
have
right
no
now.
Choice.
They still a couple games over. Well, one game over the Rams, and of course everybody else is. Well, there's the Seahawks. So the Seahawks is in there. The Bucks nipping on their heels.
They tied with the Packers. They're doing good.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that the Bucks done slipped all the way there. So they ain't a wild card situation right now, which is awesome. You know, but that's only one or two games out. Cardinals still trying to make a play for it. We got the Vikings, which they had a ridiculous start. JB, I think they went 5 games straight losses.
Yeah,
and they in a position where if anybody slip up here, like if the Cards or the Bucks or somebody, the Bucks got 2 games on them. Well, the Cardinals better watch themselves. Look at the Bears. The Bears had a little rough stretch in there, and they lost a couple games in a row. They still in the mix. The Lions, I wouldn't think about the Lions or the Niners. I think that stuff is over. The Giants are still in play though, because you got the 4-8 Eagles, and where are the what's the Washington football team? Where they at? Go back up here. Here we go. Washington 6-7, and who else in the NFC? The Giants 1 game out, and Cowboys are done. So I think the Giants. Well, I don't really think any one of those teams from the NFC East are going to. We just saw the Eagles knock off the Saints. So Glass, I don't know. I mean, anything can happen. I'm just saying.
Really?
Really? We just saw it. Did we not just see it, JB? We just saw it.
That's a game. It's 3 to go. At 4-8,
exactly.
That's not much.
We just saw it, man. I'm just saying.
Even if they got the next 3, it ain't enough.
Right. I don't think so. I don't think so. But you know what? The thing is, one of them teams is going to get a home game. It's probably going to be Washington, right? And you know what? This is what I said on Sunday's Best. I said this on the podcast. When I was picking my games last, I said that I thought the Pittsburgh Steelers was going to lose the second game, 2 consecutive games in a row. And I knew that the Washington football team was going to win 2 in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ended up getting the 49ers, and then who they got? Like, they got somebody.
They actually won 4 in a row.
Oh yes, there you go. Right. So, but I was just predicting the two games in a row. So look, with that red arrow going on, that changes. Look, the Steelers now are a game back. Look, they were the clear leaders one time, and now they're a game back from the Chiefs and showing super weakness. You know what? I'm nervous for the Pittsburgh Steelers going forward. Glass. I'm nervous for them. Now, they done lost 2 in a row. I don't think they're gonna lose this week. They got the Bengals, but man, they gotta be careful on the tightrope right now, bro.
Well, they can right the ship. The 2 losses in a row hurt them big time. I don't think they're gonna surpass the Chiefs. I don't know the Chiefs' schedule, but I'm sure they're gonna be whoever they're gonna play. Yeah. I think who they playing this week?
The Saints.
The Saints. I ain't gonna say they might not be able to get the bye, but Steelers ain't they reeling right now. I ain't too worried about it. I guess my thing is if they make the playoffs, just get through the door. Yeah, you can work on whatever afterwards. See, Steelers, right now, I think
the Steelers, though, JB, this is their problem. It ain't that they're playing against these other teams. They got to worry about their division, right? It's too many of those AFC North teams crowded up right here.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Yeah.
You trying to say crowded? What, you saying the Browns up in there?
Oh, well, the Browns are close. So look, the Browns are 9-4.
I can see the Ravens. I ain't too worried about the Browns.
Actually, the Browns are ahead of the Ravens right now. Well,
Browns got an actual shot at catching Pittsburgh, but they got a head-to-head coming up. So
they do.
That'll decide.
But look at this boost. So they got the Giants this week, which is they're gonna take all that frustration from that Ravens loss out on the Giants, and they got a head-to-head, and then of course they finish the season out. They got another division, but I think it's against the Bengals, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But they got a good shot, and I think they got a better situation going on than Baltimore got. But you got Baltimore and you got Cleveland, and that means that it's got to be mistake-free football in Pittsburgh if they go, because Pittsburgh could possibly lose. They could possibly lose the whole entire thing, and not even get a shot in this thing. It's bad business, man.
Good. I mean, the Ravens' next three is the Giants, Bengals, and it's another. We got Jaguars Sunday, so that's our strength of schedule going to the end. Pittsburgh's pretty tough.
Yeah.
The Browns in there too make a statement in the head-to-head, so I mean, it could open the door for us, and we could just kind of flow right in at the right time.
It's just and it's crazy because like they really weren't about these other teams. It's just their division is kind of like the Ravens right there, the Raiders right there at 7-6. They kind of because they're so far behind. I don't know. I don't give the Raiders. I think John Gruden doing a good job. I think what he proved this season is that they are some people that you need to take as consideration. I just think as long as you got them Chiefs doing what they do and Patrick Mahomes is healthy, and that team stays together for as long as they can keep them players together. I thought that loss from Kareem Hunt was gonna hurt them really, really bad, but they kept on moving without him. You know what I mean? But as long as you got the key pieces, Hill, Kelsey, and Mahomes, you fill in, little pieces here and there, you straight, right?
Exactly.
So the Raiders, if they can get over that hump, they'll be okay. Because I think they still got to figure out some stuff in Denver, and they still got to figure out some stuff with the Chargers. They got they got a young quarterback in LA. They need to pretty much get their team together there. But and then Denver just they got to get their quarterback situation straight before they can even challenge either Las Vegas or Kansas City. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So that's that thing going. So the Chiefs will be in the spot for quite a while, JB. I mean, I think they got 2 more seasons so they're becoming the new. And I'm gonna say it. I don't want to get roasted for it. They might be becoming the new Patriots, man. I don't know.
No, they're gonna be a dynasty. I ain't gonna compare them to the Patriots. Stop that.
I don't know. Their quarterback is really, really young. Really young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's a tough one right there, man. I don't know. But I like the Bills. I think the Bills are going to do some ridiculous damage in these playoffs. I feel sorry for anybody who has to face the Bills at home or the Tennessee Titans anywhere. I don't care where the Titans play at. You got to be on your toes when you play against them. But here's the thing about Tennessee that I don't understand, JB. They, how I ride Lamar Jackson about these big games or whatever, right? But sometimes, man, what happens to Tannehill and Henry in some of these games, man? I don't, it's like, I don't know.
Their receivers too is their whole team.
They got an emerging guy, AJ Brown. He's emerging and he's something serious. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But sometimes they key players they disappear. And then you be wondering what the hell happened. We get it, right? But I don't know. I like the Titans though. I like them going into. So let's do it, Glass. It's early. We still got a few weeks before we get into this playoff stuff. We just cleaning up a little. I know you got your dump truck rolling around, right? So when we look at this AFC situation right here, do you see anything that you other? I know we just talked about this AFC North situation, but who you got? If you had to lock it in today, who you got locking in today?
As into what? Lock in for what?
For the playoffs for the AFC.
Oh man, Chiefs.
Okay, you got Chiefs.
Steelers.
Okay,
Bills,
you're gonna hang on to
Titans.
the Bills, Titans. There you go. So you got.
I'm gonna throw the Colts in there too. I like the Colts.
Okay, yeah.
They flying under the radar, but they got a hell of a defense.
Well, the Colts will have to.
Phillip Rivers playing well.
Oh yeah.
The run game is straight with what's his name? Niles. I can't remember the running back name, but they legit. And I like the head coach Frank Wright.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lock the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Bills, the Titans, and the Colts.
Okay, so you got these two here. You got the Bills and the Dolphins. What are you gonna do? Okay, you like the Bills. What about this last spot here?
Who? Dolphins and
Yeah, you got this last spot you didn't name. So all the rest of them you went with. You said you liked everybody.
Yeah, I didn't go with the Dolphins. The Browns gonna be there because they so high up. If they lose out, I believe they're gonna make it. But I'm shaking with the Dolphins just because they hit the quarterback and the team in general.
Right.
Browns, they gonna make it. But I like the 5 teams I named.
Yeah.
Out of the 8.
Oh man, I'm just worried, JB. Like I'm worried that the stupid Patriots gonna slide in there off the Dolphins.
No, they gonna lose this week, man.
Well,
Who they playing this week?
The Patriots been going through a rough patch, but man,
they playing the Dolphins.
Yeah, see what I'm
That's
saying?
my upset of the week. I might be ahead of myself. I'm just saying the Dolphins gonna beat the Patriots.
8-5, so that'll make them 8-6. That'll make them 7-7.
Patriots will not be in there.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know, but I like your pick so far. I think if anybody, the Dolphins kind of concern me a little bit. I don't see nobody really catching the Colts. They'll be in there. They'll share the spotlight with the Titans, right? And the Dolphins, I'm worried about. I think the Dolphins might make way, and this is me just looking at how it's going to play out because I got to see. Because it looked like Lamar Jackson and the Ravens ain't going to give. They're going to find a way to get in here some kind of way, and they might be able to slide into the 7.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, right. So
the Ravens got a chance.
Yeah,
and the Raiders might have a chance.
One of these 2 teams, I think, will get that 7 spot. I think so.
Right.
That's what I think. Jim, what you think?
I have to agree, except that we're gonna hop over the Dolphins.
Okay.
And possibly catch the Colts also.
Yeah.
Because with 3 to go and everybody's last game is a division game. Depends on how the wheels spin.
Yeah.
The Colts could draw Tennessee for a second time. I think they already played 2 though.
Yeah.
But they can catch Houston, and Houston will probably need a win just for the moral victory or to hurt their chances. That kind of stuff happens. The Browns' strength or on the way out is tough. Steelers we can't catch them, but it's possible. And we're 3 back with 3 to go. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is that Miami's going to have to play. Going to catch the Bills somewhere. That's a loss. Yeah. They're going to have a struggle with with the Patriots. Yeah. Who knows how that game will go? Belichick will cook up something. So with 3 down and 3 to go, it's still fluid to me. I won't call nobody clear cut.
Yeah, I don't think the Dolphins are gonna make it. I think somebody gonna snatch the Dolphins. They gonna snatch all the Dolphins' hopes and dreams. I just gotta feel it.
It's gonna be interesting.
I feel it.
I honestly can say this is a good season. I understand COVID and all that stuff, but it's good parity because you're gonna have to play that week 17.
Right.
All hands on deck.
To. It's gonna matter. It's gonna definitely matter.
Absolutely.
If you look around the divisions for both conferences, the week 17 matter. It's a division game. It matters. It's either head-to-head tiebreakers, the AFC win or respective conference win. You're gonna need it to separate yourself if you jockeying for them 7 spots in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you're gonna. And it's gonna come down to probably Raiders, Broncos. And they think it's going to be a cakewalk. Right. And you're going to end up at home.
You know what I mean? Now, I feel like I don't know how long the Saints can hold on. I don't know how long they can hold on before. Because I don't like the option.
Okay, that's the question. You the GM, you the head coach. Yeah. When would you bring Breeze back in? Well,
obviously it depends on his health, right? That's the number one thing, right? But let's say he started able to make limited practices, week 16, week 17. I mean, I'm not gonna bring him back during the regular season. There's no need for that, right? I think at worst, right? At worst, let's say they lose the rest of this game. They go 10-6, right? 10-6 still put them in here somewhere. The 4, 5, or 6. That'll still put them in there somewhere, right? So they okay. They're gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Look, the bye week you don't get that, so they're not gonna get that anyway, right? So
all right, you get the 3.
You know what I mean? Come on. Listen. Look, I said I don't know about bringing them back doing these last 3 weeks. I don't know about that.
Okay, you don't have to sacrifice something. You either gonna have to sacrifice Breeze, and hopefully and hope that he don't get hurt again, don't get sacked again, or you're gonna have to sacrifice your standings. Okay, you might not be number 2.
I think the standings
You might drop down to number 6. I'll have to take that. May have a chance in the playoffs.
Yeah,
You're not going to the playoffs winning anything with Taysom Hill.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that, David. What you think? I think I would rather sacrifice the seeding, knowing that I'm still gonna clinch the spot regardless. Regardless of what, I'm still gonna clinch the spot. But I can't go into these playoffs with Taysom Hill or James. I can't do that, bro. I can't do it.
That is why last week's loss against the Eagles hurt.
Yeah.
Because the plan, if they had won, that would put them at 11, right?
Right.
Great.
And they bought them time for Breeze.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna have to put a Kevlar on him and get him out there because you gotta go to contingency now.
Yeah.
You need number 11 to separate yourself.
Right.
Because with 3 down, 3 to go, the Bucks only 3 back. And you got the Panthers, you got the Panthers.
Whoa. I'm sorry, Andrew. You said number 11?
Well, we're number 11.
How many games
Oh no, okay, I got you. I'm thinking you talking about jersey number. Like, wait, number 9. I apologize. My fault.
So you need number 11 to kind of solidify it. That's pretty much what all it would have took.
That's the magic number.
Games ahead of Tampa Bay. Now they 3 down with 3 to go, and you got the Panthers on there. You got the Chiefs are on there.
Yeah.
It's just now you got to go to Plan B, and which is with Brees and the Kevlar.
Yes.
And he can throw the football. Protecting his Raiders is one thing. Can he throw with the Raiders?
Right. That's the thing. But they're gonna lose this week, right? Unless
the Chiefs,
they're gonna lose. We know they're gonna lose this.
That's automatic loss.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Big. But to go with JB saying, okay, Chiefs, you're not gonna win that game.
Right.
Toss that out. This is when
Eagles lost hurt.
Exactly. Now you're going up against Minnesota. You might have to bring Breeze up ahead, but damn it, Alvin Kamara, we're gonna run your ass to death.
Hey, look,
I'm not taking any chances throwing the ball.
You saw the Ravens do it the first half. They threw the ball 9 times in the first half of that game. I mean, look, they still put up a truckload of points, right? And I think with a back like Kamara, you can do that. You know what I mean? You know,
you gotta use Kamara all the time until Breeze feel like, okay, I can take a hit or two.
Yes. You know,
unless you sprinkle it in, you do let Taysom, manage the game.
Right.
They've been kind of really doing that all season.
That's true.
The game plan for opposing team has been strictly for Breeze.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. You can save them for situations.
Yeah. So looking like the Packers, they walking into the game against the Panthers next week. This weekend they gonna win that. So they're gonna go up 11. They'll have 11, which means that the Saints are gonna be down 1. So there's a gap opening up right there, right? And then there's the Rams facing off against the Jets. So they put them in the 10th spot. So here we go, JB. Rams move to 10 wins. The Saints go to 4 losses, right? Which makes them tied if everything goes the way it's planned. I mean, I don't know if the Rams will give the goals to the Jets or not. I don't know. You never know, right? But let's just say, it goes the way you think it's going to go. That ties the Rams and the Saints up, which may push the Saints down further. They put them in the 3 spot. The Rams in 2, right? And, of course, we got the Seahawks facing off against the Washington football team. They've been on the roll. I'm going to go out on a limb. I know you like the games later. I like that matchup because the Washington football team defense, I think they've been showing that they're one of the best groups in the league right now. And they might have something for the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know.
I've seen them have the worst game this season.
Yeah.
They got beat by somebody and they weren't supposed to lose.
Didn't they get beat by the Giants? Right. Yeah, they did. Yeah, so, there's that, right? So that 2 and 3 spot, this area here is getting ready to get mixed all up, guys. Off what happens this weekend.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. If I was the Saints, I'll give the Rams number 2 spot. I hear you. I get all that. But if you look at it, as set right now, if I'm the Saints, I'll take that because I think I could beat the Cardinals.
Okay.
I think I could beat the Buccaneers. I might have problems with the Seahawks.
What takes me?
Huh?
Assuming that you got
with Breeze by the time the playoffs start, Breeze, I'll have Breeze in there. So with the Breeze-led Saints, I could beat the Cardinals. I could beat the Buccaneers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Number 5, I could give the Rams the number 2 spot. I'll start the number 3.
Yeah.
And I'll be fine.
Yeah. Because three.
I think the whole deck of the NFC is gonna get this chaos week. I think the Panthers gonna win. I think the Panthers gonna beat Green Bay. I think the Rams are gonna take a loss. The Bucks will probably win the game. This is gonna be really tight.
Over 13 team? I don't know. That's rough, man.
Yeah, they play the Jets.
Right.
They might lose.
I know.
I ain't stuttering. They might lose.
But
Somebody almost lost to them and they
the
pulled it
Jets
out.
at home. Oh,
It really won't hurt them as the AFC team, but it'll hurt their win-loss record in the NFC. But it won't matter because the clear-cut number one seed, as we said, don't get beat too. The Panthers gonna take them out.
Man, I'm telling you,
I don't do that, dude.
I would love to see that happen. I don't have enough faith in my team to see that happen. But I don't know. I don't know.
You went out there, boy. You jumped out there.
I'm telling you, it happens all the time. We seen this last week too. Teams like,
yes,
so you gonna see
all right?
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay, we will have to go these picks. I want to hear this.
All right, let's do it.
You wake up, it's like, uh-oh, what happened? Just like the Saints did for the Eagles. We got this.
He's not
you see that coming? Did you see the Giants beating the Seahawks a couple weeks back? Did you see Washington beating Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh?
Right.
You did you?
Nah, man. You're not telling no untruths here, but I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, let's load it up, man.
Man, okay. I'll try to pick these games now since you said what you said. All right, let's go with tomorrow night's game. We got the Los Angeles Chargers 4-9 going up to Allegiant Stadium to play the 7-6 Vegas Raiders.
All right.
Chargers and Raiders.
Chargers and Raiders. I don't know. This game ain't really got a whole lot of.
Is it Chargers Raiders or Rams Raiders?
Chargers Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah, this game ain't got a lot of playoff implication though.
Well, Raiders got a chance, but the Chargers, once again, we always say, division rivals always like to be spoilers.
Yeah. Man. I don't know. Las Vegas, man, they can do sometime in I don't know what game is being played at in LA.
In Vegas.
Oh no.
They just got smacked around at home last week.
Exactly.
And I don't know, man. I'm talking about the Chargers.
Who beat them last?
Raiders.
Got smacked.
Falcons, wasn't it?
Smacked around good.
No. Chargers beat the Falcons. Raiders lost to the Colts, 44-27.
All right, so and they got beat. They got smacked around by Atlanta. Atlanta put a 40 burger on them. All right, about 3 weeks ago. Anyway, anything can happen. Keep going, Glass.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the home team, man. I don't think they can take too much of that at the crib like that, bro.
I hear you. But to me, I think Anthony Lynn's job is on the line. The Chargers like Anthony Lynn.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing to lose. And like I said, when it comes to division rival, I'll be the spoiler. We going all out. I'm throwing everything at you with the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
And it could be an upset.
It could be. Could be. I don't trust a young quarterback. Not in a situation like this. I don't do it.
So you with the Raiders?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got the.
Oh, I gotta pick one.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
If the Raiders lose, they're done. It's over.
They pretty much finished.
So,
yeah.
I'm taking the Raiders. If they don't like support, it's going to go home situation. They'll get it done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another division rivals, actually NFC South division rivals. 8-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers on up to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to play the 4-9 Atlanta Falcons. Same concept. Spoilers for what you got.
Man, I wouldn't trust the Atlanta Falcons to do nothing like this. No, I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you why I don't trust them. It ain't the fact that they're not good enough to get this done, which they're not. But what's really going on is this is Tom Brady's time. This is what Tom Brady's that whole will to win and all that crap that you like to throw on Tom Brady. This is where it comes in. They're gonna scratch and claw to get his season back. That's what he wants, man. So they probably gonna win out. You know what? I think they will. Tom Brady ain't going out like that. Not against no Atlanta.
So you going with the Buccaneers?
Going with the Bucks, yeah.
You know, you got a whole lot of hate for the Falcons.
I do.
That's been going on for years. But anyway, JD, who you got?
Y'all know that Brady's 0-2 against these former quarterbacks that played in the Super Bowl. Everybody's talking about Brady not want to shake hands. He didn't shake Goff's hand. They both hands. Okay. 0-3. Falcons flip them.
But I know this is the weird time of season. I don't know.
Well, they'll be doing too many Southers a favor if they beat Tampa Bay, and they don't usually come through when y'all need Atlanta for anything.
Exactly.
They're gonna win this week.
Right. Hey, all you gotta do is lay hands on Tom Brady. I think the Atlanta Falcons can do that.
Yeah.
Now I know the Buccaneers got good defense, but I think Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, I can't remember the running back.
That's Todd Gurley.
And they playing at home. Like I said, they want to play spoilers. They don't want the Buccaneers.
Look,
like that.
Forget who Tom Brady is, bro. You get who Tom Brady is.
Tom Brady. Listen, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it wasn't as solid as I thought they was gonna be this year. They lost some games that they shouldn't have lost.
You know how
All because they
and it exposed the truth about how Jameis Winston was in that bad family.
I agree.
Why not? Well, listen, I think Tom Brady's we said it was automatically Tampa Bay Buccaneers a contender. We said that in the beginning of the season.
They talking about getting rid of
but what are they just got to say 8-5.
Yeah,
8-5.
Man, you know what? I'm not bet against Tom Brady time of year. I don't care how old he is.
Right. Matt Ryan got something to say. He gonna say John Brady.
Okay, we'll see.
Otherwise, the 28-3 nonsense lingers.
Right. Okay.
All right. Next up, we got another divisional battle. New England Patriots at 6-7 going up to Hard Rock Stadium to play the 8-5 Miami Dolphins.
This was going to be good. So this is where, look, I'm telling you, I know that the Patriots they came to bench last week, all this stuff. I get it. But I'm just telling you, something weird tells me that the Patriots going to wind up in the playoffs, man, and going to take that spot from Miami. And it starts right here. This is where it starts at. Look, I think the Patriots had a hard way to go with Cam, and people can say what they want to say and all that. I just think that his last 3 games is where Cam earns his check next year. This is what got to prove that there's one team that they play for, and all the other 31 teams that look 30 teams. I don't think Carolina, but whatever. This is what got to prove that you got to get the sorry ass Patriots team and drag them into the playoffs. They're gonna have to do it. They got to put them on the Patriots. They're gonna have to put them on his back, and I think Cam's the man for it. Cam. Yes. I got the Patriots. I got them.
I think the nail will get dropped in the whole hope and coffin of the Patriots Sunday, and they are a conversation.
Damn, that's Brian Flores
from here on out. Actually, their week of starting to play spoiler starts with Miami.
Yeah. Whoa.
They're going to be trying to spoil. With 3 to go, they're going to be just trying to spoil people's seasons, playoff scenarios, because they're going to be done after Miami get through it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow.
I had to make sure you heard that right. Listen, man, Brian Flores, he probably don't have any bad blood against Bill Belichick. What would cap off a good season? He might be coach of the year after this game right here. Brian Flores wants to put the nail in the coffin, just like JB said, put the nail in the coffin on the Patriots run of making the playoffs. What, the 20 years they said? This is the game where you put the nail up in there, you make yourself known in the AFC South. I mean, AFC South. Yeah, say what?
AFC East.
I'm sorry, AFC East. And like I said, make a name for yourself. You put too much stakes into Cam Newton.
Hey, listen, man.
I'm just putting it out there. He hasn't played good all.
Listen, I know Cam.
I said that ever since he had COVID, he hasn't been playing well.
The team suck, man.
But
the team suck.
I know Cam.
We got beat by him, but
this is bigger than
Miami Dolphins D gonna put the end to that, right?
You understand, for Cam, this is bigger than a stupid playoff run. You think he really cared about a playoff run? It's about him proving that he still got some use to somebody in the NFL. That's what this really is about.
What I want to do and what he can do are two different things.
I'm just telling you what the man's game.
Have a good game. Then you just have a good game, but he'll lose the game.
Crown will lose that. Do that.
He did. His time ran out.
His time, man. Come on, y'all get out of here.
Uh, 9-4 Seahawks.
Yeah.
Going up to FedEx Field to play the 6-7 Washington football team.
Hey, like I told you earlier, the Washington football team on a tear, man. I think their defense can stay consistent. If they can stay on schedule and on time the way they are, where they've been for the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Yeah, about 5 weeks. If they can, because listen, I know it's all contingent on Alex Smith getting the start, and I know he's going to do some stuff. And, and really, I can't really trust this offense and nobody else. I didn't know Dwayne Haskins or Kyle Allen. I can't trust none of that. I need Alex Smith to control this game, and I need that Washington football defense to show up. I think they're going where? They're going into Seattle? Or they're playing in
Washington.
Hey,
FedEx Field.
My boy Ron. I'm telling you, he getting the team. They peaking is a little late, but they peaking right now. Though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm calling the upset right here. Washington football team.
I can see that happening. If Alex Smith wasn't hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a calf injury. I would pick the Washington football team. It can't be Washington team, just like you said. They're on a nice little roll right now. Mm-hmm. They playing spoilers. They knocking out everybody left and right. When they beat the Steelers, I was impressed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They beat the 49ers last week. Not saying the 49ers is out there like that, but still, right. A win is the win. You got a nice little win streak going. Okay. Russell Wilson, he's getting their act together little by little, but once again, they still 9-4. Yeah. They go up in there and like you said, Ron Rivera could just throw everything at it and just say, let's throw the stuff against the wall, see what sticks. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with upset. I'm gonna go Washington over Seattle. Yeah, I mean, Seattle's scrappy though. I mean, we've seen Russell DK no doubt do some crazy stuff. I like what I see in Washington. I do too. Jay, where you at one?
Well, I don't think that Russell Wilson already lost a couple of games that he shouldn't have already. Mm-hmm. There's no way that I'm going to pick over my better ass team on her birthday.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah. Upset. We all picked the upset over the Seahawks, and I mean, Washington better live up to it because I don't know if it's because they better think. There's some people say that Washington been, demonstrating a bunch of fools gold right now, but I think, they showed enough sample size, a big enough sample size for me to really believe in their defense. I think they done showed enough. They showed that they need to be taken seriously. Look, I know they get into the playoffs on some weird NFC East nonsense. I get that. But hey, it ain't really how you get there, right? It's as long as you get there. You know what I mean?
They have in my opinion, let's just say the NFC, a pretty ferocious front. Yeah. Probably got the best front. They need some other stuff. They need a safety. They need some, a little bit decent more solid corner play, linebacker play, but their front.
Serious business, man.
With that rookie.
Woo! Serious business. Well, look, it looked like our audio problems were solved this week, and I know people getting excited about, going into the season.
I throw the Green Bay Panther game in there. Okay, anyway.
No, we didn't.
Why?
That'll be the top of the show because I'm sure Q can't get enough.
Oh,
you think the Panthers actually will beat the Packers?
I don't know. JB says that. Yeah. I don't think that. But this is that weird time of season. Yeah. Everybody's judgment is weird. Everybody's thinking about postseason. So somebody gonna get got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody gonna get got. I don't think it's gonna be the Green Bay Packers, but somebody gonna get got, and it ain't gonna be whoever they play against the Jets. They're not gonna get got. I don't know who was that playing against the Jets.
The moral victory trophy is gonna go to the Panthers, man.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Well, I want to think
the Jets win this week might be even more impressive.
No, the Jets win would be super impressive.
You think they going full on Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes? No way. They're gonna win the game.
Well,
they had the game against the Ravens. What happened?
Right. Well, they fight that guy.
They got off script.
Yeah.
They got off script.
They addressed that situation.
Okay.
They wanted the game to be over before it was actually over.
Right.
It's a process, man.
Yeah. True that.
Anyway, fellas, like I said, we all get geared up. With the first time with the new format, it's going to be strange, but I'm excited for it, man. And watching this NFC picture, I think that AFC picture. I think I'm gonna go with what we said. I think it's gonna be pretty much set where it is, except for that last number 7 spot. But that NFC, that thing is gonna look completely different next week, except for the number 1 seed. It's gonna be the same. I want to thank you guys for showing up. Everybody who checked us out on the YouTubes. I see Josh. He left all the comments. Seahawks Brazino. People over on sportscaster.com. Glad y'all checking out the show. Everybody who's checking us out on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. I want to thank y'all. JB, good man. Tell my sister again. I said happy birthday.
Yeah, man. We'll do.
Go ahead and put yourself over, man. Let's go ahead and do that.
All right. Thanks for everybody who tuned into the show. Man, let's have a technical difficulties. I don't know what it is. We'll try to battle through it as always. You can always find me here on Wednesday nights on Twitter, Ravens Show. And keep y'all on the campus, man. I'm gonna come back right. Keep gonna be hard to deal with, but we're gonna have a heavy more victory trophy. 6 feet, 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And you'll see him with it.
All right, absolutely. Hey, guys, listen, I didn't even get to watch a single minute of our game last week because of course, people who don't know, I made my triumphant return back to work and went back out into the COVID world for the first time in 8 months. So I didn't get to see the game. But listen, you knew what was gonna happen. You set me up for that one. But this is all gravy. I agreed to it, so I can't be mad, right? Go ahead and put yourself over.
It's all good, bro. If you don't see me here with brother JBBQ on TeamBoydTV Live, you get me on my podcast, the Sage Sports Podcast on Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, PocketCasts. My wife just told me I'm on Castbox, so get there. You subscribe to the podcast when you can. When you get over there, check it out. Tell me what you think. You can follow me on the following social media. Got them up here. Bam. Facebook, Instagram, Sage Sports, Twitter @SageSports1.
Yeah.
Comments, suggestions, whatever, contact me on via email at thesagesports@gmail.com.
Absolutely. Again, I want to thank everybody for the support of the Sunday's Best Podcast. I've been having a lot of fun doing the podcast this season. I like the fact that me and Glass every once in a while we'll do a cross collab. It's been great. That's been a lot of fun as well. And keep supporting the podcast. I definitely going to get the next episode of Bernie's State of the Union. We have recorded to do my thing and get it up. And you guys have been great with the support and everything like that. It's been awesome. All the new people who subscribe to our channel. We got new people who subscribe to the TeamBoydTV Turbo channel. Definitely appreciate that as well. Until next week, we'll see y'all, man, and we out of here. Peace.